Hi, folks. This is Dave Watkins. Thanks for spending a very brief couple of minutes with me to talk about losses, a subject that's difficult right now for many people who have used market-based strategies to grow their retirement savings. But I think it's important to understand what happens when money leaves your account, and it might help you make some good decisions moving forward as we move through this difficult period of time. Market Watch and the Wall Street Journal illustrate here that markets go up and down. If you've been in the stock market for any period of time, you probably recognize that and don't need to dwell on it much, but only to say that it does go up and it does come down, and you can expect, in your lifetime to see a couple of 30% drops or even 50% drops in your lifetime. When we talk about losses, we've got to start with the rule of 72. Albert Einstein provided this rule for us, simply indicating that by dividing the rate of return into the number 72, it'll tell you how long it takes your money to double. The illustration here, using a rate of 7.2%, starting with $1,000, the money doubles in 10 years, if and only if you don't lose a dime. But when we introduce a loss of 5% in year 2, a couple of things happen. In year 3, the balance after the loss occurred worked to get the account actually beyond where it was before the loss took place. So the money grew. But the $54 loss, or money that left the account, doesn't come back. It doesn't work for you. And what happens is that loss, because the money never works for you again, begins to compound negatively. You can see by the end of 10 years, the difference between the two accounts is now $224, not $54. And if we take this out another 10 years to year 20, that loss compounds to $448. That's the difference that you see in year 20. It's all about the money that leaves your account. It doesn't work for you again. And again, what we've been taught or possibly told recently is, stay the course, absorb the losses. Eventually things are going to turn around. Well, they will, but what's left in your account after those losses occur is all that's there to begin to get you grow and get you back to even. This illustration kind of is redundant, but we're seeing a $20,000 loss. We had a $100,000 account balance. What's left after the loss occurs, the $80,000, helps grow the account and get you back to even when the market turns around. But the money that leaves the account doesn't work for you again. And over your lifetime, that becomes problematic as losses compound. So the last slide here kind of summarizes what we just talked about. We always need more in the way of gains to make up for the losses. Again, because when money leaves your account, it's not going to work for you anymore. So a 30% loss, pretty much what we've seen thus far in this recent decline, it's going to require 43% gain to get us back to even, or where we were before the loss occurred. If the losses continue and maybe they go down to 50%, it's going to take 100% in the way of gains to get us back to where we were before the losses began. And of course, the time required to have those gains could be 4, 5, 6 years. Those years are lost in terms of providing productive growth when we incur these types of losses. I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to talk a little bit more about this and dive down a little deeper into this conversation, or discuss some concerns that you have, or maybe talk about the solutions that we share to eliminate losses while we enjoy the growth when we have the good years, don't hesitate to jump on my calendar and schedule a few minutes to talk. Again, I hope this has been helpful.